Alright, there's a whole bunch of cops, man. I don't know what's going on. It's that guy's house again. Maybe they're listening. I don't know. Okay, now this is part two of the noisy neighbor. Now, in the beginning, you see there's a whole bunch of constable. Now, they are not like cops, but they do everything that the cops does. That's like the first step to being a cop. You need to be a constable, and then you move up to being a cops. But they both do the same thing. And constable get paid less. I don't know why, but it's a initiation, I guess. So anyway, there's like four constable car in front of his house, and I saw one constable have a white piece of paper, and they're all standing in their garage, and they're talking, and on and on, and then I see like the cops and maybe one of his family member, like the dude's family member or something, or maybe it's not. They're moving like clothing to another car, and the cops are helping them moving clothing. So is this a some sort of a warrant? I'm not sure. Maybe the cop is listening when I call them like 7 times. There's something fishy is going on with this guy. I mean, for the past 2 years, I've been going through hell with this guy. I mean, like, who would in the right mind? The first year he just sat in his driveway and just sat in his truck and just cranked the music the entire night. At first, it's like a couple of nights out of the weeks, and then the more uh, everybody ignore this situation, and he just crank it up a notch and do it more often to the point where one day like I was sleeping, and now I didn't know it was this guy at first, so I was sleeping, very good sleep, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, like it felt like there's a gunshot right near my ear, multiple times, not just once. So at first I'm like, oh, it might be just thunderstorm or something, like it happens often. But how often is that a thunderstorm hit the same spot like twice or more than that in the night, multiple nights? So one night, uh, I was watching movies late at night. So, and then I start to hear voices like in my head. I'm like, oh shit, I think I must go crazy, because I hear voices now in my head, and this happens. Before that, I hear voices while I'm sleeping. So what's going on now? So I turn off my laptop, and all of a sudden, the voices still exist. It's talking, and there's music, a little bit music, a little bit talking. So right then, I suspect somebody's playing music in the neighborhood. So I walk out and hear the music, hear the radio. So that is when I notice this guy sat in his driveway, just cranking up the music in the middle of the night. It's been going on like this for a while since I find out it was him who's doing it. I mean, all those sleepless nights. Some night it like freaked me out like a lot. Like imagine you're in a deep sleep, and all of a sudden you just hear voices whispering or screaming right at your ear. It seems like somebody's standing next to you and just scream at your ear. That kind of feeling. That's the exact feeling I get those couple of nights, because like I thought it was like supernatural. I mean, a couple of times a night, and I start to turn on my lights while sleeping. It's just freaky, man. Like all of a sudden you're sleeping and you hear all kind of noises and voices inside your head, but it turned out it was this guy, man. He's like, yeah, he's cranking up his music. He don't listen to his music the same way everybody does, just the same volume. And once in a while, he just crank it up really loud, and then he's back down, crank it up real loud, back down the entire night. So imagine sleeping to that with thumping sound of the music and the voices talking in your head and stuff like that. So it's very, it's a very bad experience for me. Now, some people say, you might want to move, but here's the thing, man, moving costs a lot. Plus, I like to fight this because if were to move, what happened to the next tenant and stuff like that. They're gonna have to go through the same shit that I do. So I like to stay and fight until somebody do something to this guy. So like give him a citation or something, or forces him to move because I'm not moving. And so yeah, so that's the story with this guy, and I'm still currently I'm still anticipating all this every night because like even if he stopped for a couple of days, maybe a week, he's back to doing the same thing again. So every night I have to anticipate the loud noises, the thumping music. Have to get ready, my sleeping pills, earplugs, every single night. When I want some sleep, I have to do that every single night. And unless you're like inside my room, you have no idea how loud this is. Like I said, some night I was sleeping and it felt like somebody standing next to my ear and just scream at my ear. It's that freaky. It's that loud. And sometimes it just shook my room when I'm awake, day and night. And sometimes I couldn't sleep at night at all, so I had to sleep in the day, maybe a couple of hours, 1 or 2 hours a day for the past over 2 years now. So yeah, that's the deal with this guy. And I'm gonna show you some other drama. All right, here's the next drama. My neighbor next door, and the fence. You see those broken fence now? That caused by the kids constantly throwing the ball at the fence and breaking the fence. I fixed it a couple of times already. I mean, I'm just so tired of that shit. And also, one more thing about this guy is that one day, like we used to have chicken in the yard, and I love those chickens. They're like our pets, becoming our pets. We don't want to dispatch them or anything. They produce egg and stuff like that. We love them, but this guy complained to the HOA. How do I know that? Well, one day I just saw him came over the fence and looked at our chickens, and soon later we got a letter from HOA saying, you need to quiet those chicken down. Those are not even roosters. Those are just hens. So they don't make noises early in the morning. They make the chicken sound, but not loud, not loud at all. Unless you put your ear like right next to the fence, you're not gonna be able to hear them. And when we close the door, we can't even hear them either. So like neighbors like this, you can't do anything about it. Like they complain about every little thing, but for their consideration, we have to get rid of our chickens. So yeah, just one little letter, we get rid of the chickens. But I've called the cops. I talked to the other guy, and contact HOA multiple times, and I still have to deal with this guy with the music. Some people just doesn't listen, no consideration for anybody else. And the guy in the back right there, now I've come over to his property and fixed the fence for him, like didn't even charge him or anything. And like that little fence right there, told him to fix it, never fix it. I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody live there anymore. Somebody have to live there because the grass is cut sometime, so somebody have to live there. But they're kind of ignoring us telling them to fix the damn fence. I mean, how much time you gonna spend fixing just one piece of the fence right there? Just one piece of the fence, man. All I'm asking for is just fix one piece of fence. I already did it for them last time, fixing multiple pieces of the fence. So that's a neighbor in the back there. Let's go to this neighbor on the left. Now it's not their fault, so I don't blame them. Actually, I think they're okay. So what is it is that problem is with their landscaping company that they hire. So after they cut the grasses, they blow everything to our side and to the back of our house, just beyond that fence right there. So they blow all the grass, all the leaves in the back, and then it covered our entire grass and killed it, the entire grass. So I did tell them about what happened with the landscape company. So I hope that he relayed that message back to the company, because I already told the guy that cut the grass, like, don't blow your leaves or whatever to outside because it's killing the grass. But yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot of drama around me. I wish I could just pick up and leave, but sometimes you have to live with this thing. And once in a while you hear the dogs. I'm fine with pets. I love dogs. I used to have a couple of dogs myself. I don't mind hearing the dog bark once in a while. But again, there are those neighbors, just one bark or so, and they get pissed and starting to call HOA and stuff like that. I mean, they're just dogs, and they don't really bother anybody. Our backyard neighbor, well, the previous tenant, they have a dog that constantly bark at us. We'll go in the backyard, but it's not like really troublesome. We don't like it, but it's not really troublesome. So yeah, that's just me, my life. But we have to deal with a whole bunch of neighbors. Some neighbors have no regards for others. That's the reason, I don't like living in the suburb or the cities where there's a whole bunch of neighbors next to you. You can't live life. You can't do whatever you want because you have to consider other people. And as long as we have rule of laws, I expect everybody to follow that rule of laws, but some people don't. And and people who abide by those rule of laws, then we have to endure everything when the authority does not help us. And it's just sad. It's just sad what this country have come to. I mean, I don't know. So yeah, that's the second part of this video I wanted you guys to see. So what do you guys think in the comment section? How would you deal with all this situation around, pick up and leave? I mean, come on, man. Let's be realistic now. Not the right time to pick up and leave, because you're spending half of your life here, and then all of a sudden, just because of one or two bad neighbors, you can pick up and leave. No, you can try to solve that problem on your own. And what the HOA told me is that if this guy continued to blast his music, just keep on calling the cops, keep on calling them until they do something. So that's the only advice that they gave me. They said they tried a couple of times to contact them, mail him a notice, but it only worked for a couple of days, a week at most, and he's back to doing the same thing again. And like, they can't do anything about it, because other than just warn him, give him notice. They hear the music too, but like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I just want to get that off my chest. Hope you guys like the video. Maybe I have a part 3 if something interesting going on, but I hope not. I hope there won't be a part 3, and I'm gonna go back to do my normal content, because I record a lot of stuff, but I haven't upload any of them. It's very time consuming to do all the editing and stuff like that, but I'll continue to upload more real content for you guys, content that you subscribe my channel for. So this is RMAF and signing out.